Last night, Eduardo Nunez put on quite a show with 4 hits, including 2 triples, to spark a Giants offense that beat Steven Strasburg for only his 2nd loss of the season. Today, the ball goes to Madison Bumgarner as the Giants ace tries to pitch San Francisco to a series win in the nation's capital. It's the final game of the series. Giants-Nationals next. It's Hyundai Sunday on CSN Bay Area. As the Giants Baseball is brought to you by your Bay Area Hyundai dealers. Today it's the Giants and Nationals one more time in the final game of the series from Nationals Park here in our nation's capital. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, a quick turnaround for the Giants. They win last night behind Matt Cain, and now today they get their ace. They get Madison Bumgarner on the mound. And a win would take the series from the Nationals, something that they haven't done here very often.
And a win would give Madison Bumgarner a win, something he has not gotten in 4 starts since the All-Star break. He's 0-2 with a 3.81 ERA. Look, we all expect that this is going to be a bounce-back start for Madison Bumgarner, coming off his worst start of the year in a 5-inning performance where he gave up 10 hits in Philadelphia. And so does he, and I think that's the important thing. Plus, the Giants' offense woke up last night. 14 hits, they got 7 runs, and they did it against a 15-game winner, Steven Strasburg. So a lot of confidence is coming into this game, and, hey, like you said, they got a chance to win a series. Sooner or later, it's got to happen.
It's got to happen. By the way, Hunter Pence, just a day off. It has nothing to do with the injury he suffered last night. A lot of good stuff happened last night. We're hoping for the same here today at Nationals Park. When we come back, lineups and first pitch right after this.
Giants Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Jack's Brewhouse Bacon Burger today at Jack in the Box. Limited time only at participating restaurants. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Well, inside here at Nationals Park as we get ready for the final game of this 3-game series. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. It is the time of the year to get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. 86 degrees here at the ballpark. Light winds, humidity at 46%. And it is sunny and a few soft, white, pillowy, puffy clouds all around us. All right, here's the Giants lineup that'll face Tanner Roark. It'll be Span, Pagan, and Belt. Buster Posey will be the cleanup hitter. Then Crawford. Crawford will hit in the 5th spot. Eduardo Nunez, who had a big night last night, he will hit 6th. Then it's Panic, Blanco, and the Giants starting pitcher, Madison Bumgarner. Tanner Roark, who beat the Giants in San Francisco a little over a week ago, he will lead this Nationals team out of the dugout.
Well, the Giants going to try and do something they've never done against Tanner Roark, and that's beat him. He's perfect 4-0 with a 3.32 lifetime ERA.
During the regular season.
During the regular season. In the 18-inning game in 2014, he was the losing pitcher. And that particular night, he was coming out of the bullpen. Right now, we're going to give you our greater coverage of baseball. It's brought to you by T-Mobile. We're going to talk about a hero in last night's ball game. It was Eduardo Nunez. Nunez, 4 for 5, became the second player in San Francisco history to have 2 triples and a double in the same game. And the last guy to do that was Will Clark in 1991. So Nunez with a 4-hit day really was the difference maker in last night's game offensively. And I mean, he was looking for that day. I mean, he had a 2 for 20 in a Giants uniform coming into last night's ball game. So a 4-hit performance, and a few more people now are starting to believe that this guy is indeed a very good player, which we all feel that he is. There's Roark. The numbers for him: 11-6 with a 3.02 ERA. And when you take your at-bats against him, you're going to see a fastball that's got pretty good sink to it. It's going to average low 90s. He's got a high 3/4 release, which means he's going to have tilt on the curveball. It's a good one. He's also got a good hard slider and a changeup, and he'll throw all 4 pitches. Lefty's hitting a $195. It tells you how good his stuff is. The righty's a little bit better, and that has to do with the movement of his fastball. Will run away from lefties and into righties, and I think that is why there is a big difference in the batting average between righties and lefties. Pitch usage-wise, he's going to use a lot of fastballs, and he will sink and cut. The majority of them are going to sink. And then the specialty pitches, it's equal. He likes them all, and he'll throw all of them, and all of them have, at times, can be very dominant. So taking your at-bats off him, you know, you've got your hands full. Let's take a look at the defense that will be playing behind Tanner Roark today. Starting in the outfield for the Nationals, left to right, it'll be Worth, Revere, and Heisey. Harper a day off today with a stiff neck. Espinosa and Rondon will be on the left side of the infield. Turner and Murphy on the right side. Wilson Ramos, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Denard Span, who always receives a nice warm welcome as he steps in, hitting at 264. And the first pitch of the ball game is outside for a ball. So we get started at 139. So that's a little late. Swing and a miss. Rob Drake behind the dish. Then it's Holbrook, Davis, and Torres from first to third.
Rob Drake, basically a low ball umpire, but an occasional high pitch will get called a strike. This doesn't have a big zone, but it's definitely not a guy you have to put the ball between the catcher's knees to get a strike. He knows his zone.
So a quick 1-2 count to Denard Span. span last night, 1 for 5. And he takes just a bit high. When Roark pitched in San Francisco, Denard Span faced him 3 times and he went 0 for 3. Trying to get on for Pagan and then Belt. And this is driven to right, but waiting is Heisey, and that's how this game gets started. So here's Pagan. Pagan hit a home run on Friday night. He went 1 for 4 and did not get into the game last night, so he had the night off. With Belt to follow. And the first pitch is outside for a ball. Giants are 2-3 on this trip, so a win here would accomplish a number of things. 1, even up the road trip. 2-0 to Pagan. They're 31-26 on the road and 11-11 against teams in the National League East. On the ground sharply to Espinosa. 2 outs.
All right, time now for our Togo's Big Play, the Togo's Way, and we go back to the 2014 NLDS Game 2. Top of the 18th, Brandon Belt steps in against Tanner Roark, who is coming in out of the bullpen, and does this. A solo shot. He gave the Giants a 1-1 lead, and Hunter Strickland would come in and close it out. They would win that game, win that series, and go on to win the World Championship. That's our Togo's Big Play, the Togo's Way.
3 for 6 lifetime. And part of those 3 hits was that home run you just saw. Belt hit a home run last night off of Papelbon. And he rolls this one foul. Belt had a crazy night. He couldn't do anything his first 2 at-bats against Strasburg. Matter of fact, he swung and missed at just about every fastball he saw. Ended up going 3 for 5. So he turned around and had a nice ball game. Tardy there. It's 1-2.
Now Roark gave the home run up to Belt on the inside corner down around the knees. Doubtful he'll go to that side of the plate. If he does, it'll be off the plate bad or something like a back foot breaking ball. If he throws it middle in again, that would be a mistake.
And he got him, and that'll end the inning. Bumgarner coming out. The Nationals are coming up. Now it's time for the Nationals to face Bumgarner. And this will be the lineup that'll face the Giants lefty. It'll be Turner, Worth, and then Daniel Murphy. And he's leading the National League in a lot of different departments. Rendon, Ramos, and Espinoza. Heisey will play right field instead of Harper. Ben Revere will hit 8th, and then Tanner Roark 9th.
On the hill today for the Giants will be their ace, Madison Bumgarner. Bumgarner 6'5", 250 pounds. He's 27 years of age. And he comes into this ball game 10-6 with a 2.25 ERA, and that's at 23 starts. The Giants have lost 7 of his last 9 outings, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that he didn't score any runs for him. That has been problematic for the Giants to support him with the bats. For Bumgarner, you take your bats against him, you're going to see a low 3/4 fastball that's low 90s with a natural cut. It'll work its way into a righties. He's got a slider, curveball, and a changeup. Lifetime against the Nationals 3-4 with a 2.90 ERA.
Facing Trey Turner. Turner at 318. He's got a couple of home runs. And he takes the first pitch down low. 12 RBIs. We've seen Turner at second. We've seen him in center field. 2 for 4 on Friday night with a home run. And then he went 1 for 4 in the game last night. There's a strike from Bumgarner. Bumgarner had that start on this road trip in Philadelphia, and it was kind of an odd start. This is hit foul. It's 1-2. Odd in the sense that he just didn't look like himself.
Well, 5 hits or 5 innings, he allowed 10 hits. And you know what happens to a starter this time of year? Every 5th day you come back, and all of a sudden one game you just don't come back like you normally do. You go out there and you're pitching kind of a deficit straight wise.
There's a swing and a miss by Turner. 1 out.
Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Bumgarner, starting in the outfield from left to right. It'll be Pagan back in the lineup after a day off, joined by Span and Blanco. Crawford, Nunez on the left side of the infield, Panic and Bell on the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Worth. Worth at 251. He's got 13 home runs. He's got 46 driven in. And he takes the first pitch down and in. Worth 1 for 4 on Friday. Came back yesterday and went 0 for 4. He's not had a lot of success against Madison Bumgarner in his career. He's 2 for 18. Tight, 2 balls and no strikes. Worth will work you. He's got a great eye. He's got a great reputation for having a good eye.
Those are the numbers you talk about. One of the hits, a triple.
Bumgarner looking into Rob Drake. Rob Drake shaking his head. And the walk.
So Bumgarner walking off the mound, and he's already frustrated. Rob Drake took the mask off. He's getting a whole boatload of grief from the Giants dugout. And once an umpire takes his mask off, he's basically saying, I've had enough. They called that inside. Bumgarner walks off, says, where is it?
I think he was complaining more about the pitch prior to that than that one. Here's Murphy hitting .353. That leads the National League. And he takes a strike. Murphy with 21 home runs. He's got 81 runs batted in. He's 1 for 5 in his 5 lifetime at bats against Madison Bumgarner. Fouls this one down the left field line and out of play. It's 0-2.
He got that fastball in nicely. Ran that thing right up the bat of Daniel Murphy, and that has not been easy to do. Get something by him on the inside part of the plate.
Murphy is 1 for 8 in this series. Garner said, "I don't want that ball." It's another one.
You gotta make sure timeout's been called before you start flipping balls out.
It's true. You could throw that grounder and Worth would keep on running.
Bumgarner's in a feisty mood today.
It's going to be lifted foul and out of play. Well, he might be thinking, look, I wasn't in a feisty mood my last start. Look what happened.
Well, it has been his reputation that when he has a start like that, he doesn't have many of them, the next start he's very, very good.
Agrees with Buster Posey on this 0-2 pitch. And he got him.
He just blew Daniel Murphy away. Now you're talking about one of the hottest hitters in the major leagues. Let's take a look at how he used his pitch sequence. First pitch, fastball right at him. Murphy takes one. Then he gets another fastball. He was late on. Fastball up, late, and then just blows him away. So really not wasting any other pitch against him, just going at him country hard.
Here's Rendon. Rendon's now got a little ownage on Bumgarner, 6 for 13. And the first pitch is a high fastball. Worth being held on by Belt. We are in the home half of the first inning. From our nation's capital, it's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon. Foul back, a big rip by Rendon, and it's a ball to the strike. We've seen the Capitol building at night. This is the first day we've had a chance to take a good look at it during the daylight, and they've been working on it for the last 2 or 3 years we've been coming here.
I think the top's done because it's shining.
And it looks ceramic.
It looks wonderful. Finally took the scaffolding down from the Washington Monument that had been up there the last several years. It looks great. The view that we have is spectacular, and to the left, just above the foul pole on the left field side, you can see the Capitol building. And I hope they don't cover that view up with a building.
That would be a shame.
I see the big crane over there, so we really don't know what that's for, but such a great city to visit. When you're not at the ballpark, there's 1,000 things to go see and experience.
It's 2-1 to Rendon. Skied out to right for Gregor Blanco, and this is going to end the inning. So the walk to Worth does not hurt. Bumgarner is now going to have a chat with Rob Drake. They'll be best of friends before the day's over with.
Giants Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by AAA. Get a free road trip day pack with a AAA insurance quote. Go to AAA.com/road trip or a AAA branch for details. Restrictions apply.
Here in Washington, D.C., it's 0-0 as Buster Posey is standing in. And he hits the first pitch to right field for Heisey. And Heisey will make the catch. Buster not waiting around. Come out to the ballpark on Saturday, August 13th, as the Giants honor Hall of Famer Gaylord Perry. The statue unveiling ceremony will begin at 1 o'clock at the 2nd and King Street gate. First 20,000 fans are going to receive a replica Perry statue, courtesy of Coca-Cola. sfgiants.com/tickets. Here's Crawford. Brandon Crawford hitting .268, 10 home runs, 68 runs batted in. Crawford had an RBI yesterday to get it to 68. 2 for 8 against Roark, lifetime, and both hits doubles. And a little pop-up out to left field for Worth. And Worth will put it away. 2 outs. And here's Nunez. It's hard to make Roark work. In other words, work the pitch count because he throws strikes.
Well, and I think a lot of the Giants feel that the best pitch you're going to see in your at-bat is going to be your first pitch.
First or second one, absolutely.
So get on it.
Here's the hitting star from last night, Eduardo Nunez, hitting now at .293. And he takes a strike.
What we've learned about Nunez is that he'll hit the ball all over. And the Nationals play him accordingly. It's pretty straight up defense. Little sinker in to move his feet.
Fouls this one out of play. It's 1-2. He's never faced Roark before. Panic would hit if Nunez reaches. We're in the 2nd.
Nunez hard to walk. 18 walks and 296 at bats.
Rounds this one to short. Espinosa charging and throwing, and not in time. Nunez beat it out.
Sam Holbrook, first base umpire, with the safe sign.
And assuming that that'll stand, it'll be a base hit for Nunez.
Just an awkward throw for Danny Espinosa, and he couldn't get a whole lot on it coming across his body. And the foot speed of Nunez really apparent on the play. And they will not contest it. That is a base hit.
I think that
you get a chance to see him go down the line. I mean, it's impressive. And that's 4 flat, and he had a sizable backswing too.
he's going to go here soon. There's a throw to first. He's got 27 steals. This may have been one, Mike, that too close to call if you're the Nationals to try to take a look at it, and they decided, nope, we'll let it go. There's a pitch down low to Panic.
Yeah, there's 2 outs in the 2nd inning, nobody on. They said no. If it was the 6th inning and 2 guys were on, yes.
Yeah, you don't want to lose your challenge in the 2nd inning. Panic lifts this one down the left field line. That'll be out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Still trying to find his stroke. Joe Panic 0 for 4 yesterday. He did have an RBI. A nice sacrifice fly.
He definitely is one of the keys the last 7 weeks of the season.
Absolutely.
They need to get him going. Roark, like a lot of sinker ballers, very quick out of the stretch. And with the man on first base with a slide step, he's right at a second. That's Kirk Reeder time. From the time he starts his motion, the time he gets to the bat or the catcher's glove.
Could be playable. Is it Espinosa? Is it Rendon? And it's Rendon who makes the basket catch. And that is a very nice play to end the second inning. So Janik pops out.
Well, he had to go a long way, and it was a very tough angle right over the right shoulder. And out of that, you had to battle your shortstop. Great play.
Giants Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Caltrans Stormwater. Keep our highways clean. Protect our water. ProtectEveryDrop.com.
Here it's Wilson Ramos to lead things off in a 0-0 ball game. Ramos hitting .337. And this is hit on the ground, and it's Nunez to Belt, and a nice play.
Tell you what, he has turned out a couple of plays on this road trip that have just been stand out, and you can add this one to the list. I mean, that is great range to the left and gets up quickly. He had a lot of time. Ramos does not run well, but look at the range. I mean, that is taking a base hit away, and that's to start off an inning. And if you're playing on the left side of the infield with Madison Bumgarner up there, you better be ready. And I can guarantee Nuno's just impressed the big man Bumgarner with that play.
So here's Espinosa. Espinosa at 226. And he takes a fastball for a called strike. 18 home runs, 56 runs batted in.
Boy, a play like that's how you get momentum without getting offense. You can get it defensively, and Nunez just did.
Struck well to left, but Pagan is going to backpedal, and he'll put it away on the track. Our Cold Hard Facts is brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light, highest team fielding percentage. in the National League this season? Well, the Nationals are on top. And in between the Nationals and Giants, the Dodgers, Marlins, and Pirates. Here's Heisey. Heisey at 221, 5 home runs, 9 runs batted in. And the next pitch is high, 1 ball and no strikes. Down low. Heisey 2 for 13 in his career against Bumgarner. And he went around. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Sam Holbrook. He's a good umpire.
You a big Sam fan?
I am.
Yeah. 2 balls and a strike. And this is going to be straight back and out of play.
It's a great view there from behind home. You can see the natural cut on the fastball for Bumgarner. Really got up the bat of Heisey. And Heisey's quick middle in. If you're going inside, you better bring something in regards to movement and velocity, because he is very, very strong to that side of the plate. And Bumgarner just attacked his strength.
Hit up the middle. Crawford behind the bag, gets rid of it quickly as he runs pretty well, and that'll end the inning. For the Giants, Blanco Bumgarner span coming up. It's 0-0.
Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by your Bay Area Hyundai dealers. Great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Giants have the only hit in the game, and that was a base hit by Nunez. It'll be Gregor Blanco to lead it off, facing Tanner Roark. And Blanco takes a call strike. Gregor coming off a game that he'd probably like to forget. 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts last night.
I don't know if you could ever forget one of those.
Well, it's 0-2 just like that.
played with Pete Rose in 1982. I mean, he's the hit king, more hits than anybody. We were having a game. Somebody struck out 5 times, and I asked him, "Did you ever strike out 5 times?" He goes, "Yep, Ray Culp." I mean, he didn't even have to think about it. It was on the tip of his tongue. Hard to believe that he could strike out 3 times, let alone 5 times in a game.
2-2. I don't believe it. I think he was lying.
No. If there is a man on this planet that knows his stats, it's Pete Rose.
Oh, 2 to 3-2. With Madison Bumgarner on deck. And he walked him. How did that happen?
And Gregor Plaka will take that. It'll be interesting to see what Bruce Bochy does here with Madison Bumgarner. I mean, 99.9% of the time, an eighth hitter gets a leadoff walk. That pitcher in the National League is going to bunt. If there's an exception to the rule, it's this man right here,
who is digging a hole.
You usually don't dig a hole to bunt.
He is right on top of the plate.
Yeah, they'll throw to first base, see if he shows.
Yep, he showed.
He showed. But maybe he's setting him up.
He could be.
Maybe he showed just to deke him.
And a base hit to left field.
He was deking him. So a little gamesmanship. Roark goes at him with a first pitch breaking ball, and I think Bumgarner was up there looking for it. We're going to make it our Ford right choice. I love the whole thing. The deke on the throw over, and then sitting on a breaking ball. First pitch, whap. Yeah, he got him over, and he also got himself on. Our Ford right choice.
So here's Span.
Now, if you're Bruce Bochy, do you bunt? Span an outstanding bunter, and he's got good speed.
Yeah, you could try to bunt for a hit. And on the first pitch, he rolls it foul. Hit a fly ball to right field to open up the ball game.
The other thing, too, though, is that Bruce Bochy knows that Span's been having a good road trip swinging the bat. Guys who are swinging the bat, well, they don't often get asked to bunt when they have a runner in scoring position.
Well, they're going to say Span went around, so it's 0-2.
He may have done that on his own.
Could have. And the 0-2 pitch, here it is to Denard Span, and Span takes high, 1-2. By the way, just for the sake of put it in perspective about a starting pitcher, and I'm positive that this is only starting pitcher in the league that has more home runs than sacrifice bunts, and that's Bumgarner. He doesn't have any sacrifice bunts.
I like that stat.
In tight. Let me make sure I got it right. 2 home runs. No, he's got more sacrifice flies than sacrifice bunts. That's why he's unusual.
Well, he made his manager look pretty good by allowing him to swing the bat.
2-2 to Span. Span steps out. Down low, 3-2. Nice block.
He's trying to strike him out.
Remember, he pinch hit last week against the Nationals, and he hit one off the wall.
Kane was loving it. They pinch ran Jeff Samardzija. And he gets to run out the field to a nice applause. That's how his day went.
Here's the 3-2 pitch, and Span strikes out. That was a big pitch for Roark.
Just a fastball, and look at the movement. High velocity with a really good fade type movement up around the belt, and he gets the swing through strikeout, which is what he was pitching for.
Pagan rolled out to short in the first inning.
Nice stance, Pagan. You got nothing.
And we need a conference. Blanco opened up the inning with a walk. Bumgarner with a base hit. Span the strikeout and the pitch to Pagan. Pagan takes outside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Really a tough guy to pull if you're hitting from the left side, just because of the natural movement that Roark has in the fastball. This movement that runs away, and I think you have to think left field if you're Pagan.
And this one got in on Pagan's hands as he fouls it out of play. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Giants have good speed at second base with Blanco. None speed with Bumgarner at first base, and you have outstanding arms on the corners in the outfield for the Nationals. Worth in left, Heisey in right. Worth the best arm of the three.
Maybe 2. That's 1. Pagan beats it out, putting runners at the corners for Belt.
Just too much foot speed from Pagan to get the double play, especially when he's hitting from the left side.
So Bumgarner will get to cool off for a brief spell. Is Belt stands in. Belt struck out in the first inning. Could not catch up to the Roark fastballs. Nice play. 1 ball and no strikes.
This is the 7th game that the Giants and the Nationals have played in the last 10 games. And one thing we've learned about the Nationals catcher Wilson Ramos is he blocks well. That was a nice block, especially when you consider you got a guy at third base.
Two 2-0 to Belt. So Belt at least has worked to count in his favor, where if he would like to cheat on a fastball, he can do that. And a call strike.
Pitcher strike called by Rob Drake, down and away. Belt was not in agreement with that call.
Now it's 2-2.
So he follows up the changeup with 92-mile-an-hour fastball with same type of sink, same type of location. From a 2-0 to a 2-2. And one thing that the Nationals have done in this series, when they get ahead of Brandon Bell at the kill pitch, they like to go fastball up out over the plate, above the belt.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes. That'll end the inning. It'll be Ben Revere to lead things off.
On CSN Bay Area is brought to you by PG&E, together building a better California.
Nothing as Ben Revere is about to lead things off for the Washington Nationals, followed by Tanner Roark and then Trey Turner. And a strike to Ben Revere. Ben Revere, in 14 at-bats lifetime against Bumgarner, has 7 hits.
Giants take the bunt away at third base. Big curveball a bit high in the eye of Rob Drake, plate umpire. Those are the numbers. 7 for 14 with a double.
One and two. And the 1-2 pitch. Slap to left. Pagan coming in, and he'll make the catch.
Well, the Baltimore Orioles are coming to San Francisco for interleague play Friday, August 12th through the 14th. And Sunday the 14th, we're giving away Hunter Pence Solar bobble bodies to the first 20,000 fans, courtesy of Coca-Cola. So get your tickets. Go to sfgiants.com/tickets. Get to the ballpark. Get a bobble body.
Here's Tanner Roark. His pitch is high, 5 for 47. Those are the numbers for Roark, with Turner on deck. And a strike to even the count. Get on the ground, foul. We saw Hunter Pence in the lobby of the hotel this morning, and the very first thing he said to us was, "Looks worse than it is."
Well, he also thought that he broke the bone when it first happened. I said, "Well, you proved to everybody you could take a punch." He goes, "Yep, I can take a punch."
Get on the ground to Crawford. But great spirits, as you would expect. He was scheduled to have a day off today anyway. He also said they were worried about a fracture. He said even if it had been fractured, he said, "I still keep playing. I just have to wear a guard around the helmet, much like the guard you see Giancarlo Stanton wear." And there are some others. I think Jason Hayward, for the longest time, wore a guard. Maybe he still does.
I think he still does.
They're telling us in the truck that Ryan Vogelsong is doing it.
They wanted Ryan Vogelsong to wear a protective piece when he pitched, and he said, "I'm not doing that."
A bit high to Turner, 1 ball and 1 strike. But anyway, fear not, Hunter Pence doing fine. Really ugly black eye, though.
Yeah, it got him good.
Multicolored. Worth to follow if Turner reaches. It's a 0-0 ball game. It's now 2-2. This will be pitch number 37 for Bumgarner. And right there is Nunez. And that is going to end the inning. It'll be Posey, Crawford, and Nunez coming up.
Giants Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by the California Academy of Sciences, presenting Twilight Zone: Deep Reefs Revealed, a new exhibit exploring the ocean's mysterious deep coral reefs. Get tickets at calacademy.org.
Here's Buster Posey waiting on Tanner Roark in a 0-0 ball game, and Posey takes a strike on the outside corner. Buster hit a fly ball to right field and was retired leading off the second. Crawford on deck. And there's a line shot into left center field. That's a base hit, and it's going to be more than a single for Buster Posey, and he leads off the fourth inning with a double.
Right now it's time for our Geico quote. This one comes from Dusty Baker on the Giants offense last night. He says, "I don't know what happened. The Giants must have eaten some line drives for lunch. There were line drives hit everywhere off of whoever we put in there." And that's Dusty Baker in our Geico quote.
Well,
it's just a matter of time for the offense to wake up, and they get to do it against the A's.
That is a Dusty Baker quote.
They had line drives for lunch.
Crawford takes inside for a ball.
That was a better pitch there than the strike three called to Brandon Bell to end the third for the Giants.
Crawford, he'll look for something he can lean on here. 2 balls and no strikes. Nunez is on deck. Three and 0. He will have the green light. And he fouls it to the backstop.
Yeah, that's that green light you're talking about.
Three and 1. Posey at second. Crawford skies this one out into shallow center field, and it'll be Ben Revere who will put it away. And that'll bring up Nunez. Nunez had an infield hit in the second. And a healthy rip and a foul off the backstop.
See the hot zone for Eduardo Nunez. Red is above major league average. Likes the ball out over the plate. Giants keep creating opportunity, and you always want to do that in front of a hot hitter. 4-hit night last night. 3 extra base hits for Nunez. He's hot.
And that was a foul, I believe. It's 0-2.
And not only is he doing it with a bat, but he's doing it with a glove. This is one of the better plays we've seen from a third baseman all year long in regards to range to his left. I mean, he had 3 steps and then his whole body length to get that thing. And that ball was hit well. So Nunez hitting the comfort zone since coming over from the Twins.
Right now finds himself behind in the count, 0-2. And here's Panic.
Goes out of the strike zone. They set an inside target. This thing goes way away from Ramos, the catcher, and it winds up being a good pitch. Nunez is aggressive, and he goes out of the strike zone in that situation.
Here's Joe Panic. Panic popped out to Rendon, who made a very nice play in foul territory. And this is lined into center field, a base hit. And they're going to hold up Buster Posey. And there's going to be up now to Gregor Blanco. So even when the Giants do get a base hit with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, they cannot score them.
Well, I'm surprised at that. And the reason I say this is because Ben Revere just does not have a great arm. And I know you have a catcher who's coming in, but I think that was an opportunity they wasted.
So here's Gregor Blanco, who drew a walk in the 3rd. Posey at 3rd. Panic is at 1st. And the pitch is high. Roark does have a base to play with, and he does have the pitcher on deck. Two and 0.
Roark's going after Blanco like he feels he has an open base and a pitcher on deck. And I think Daniel Murphy's coming over saying, hey, you might want to challenge this guy. The guy on deck can hit a little bit. He's got more power.
See what Blanco gets. 2 and 0. Strike. 2 balls in 1 strike.
2-0 changeup. Respectful pitch.
Slowly hit to second. And this should do it. And it does. Giants strand a pair. Bottom of the 4th coming up.
Get a free road trip day pack with a AAA insurance quote. Go to AAA.com/roadtrip or a AAA branch for details. Restrictions apply.
Nothing as we head to the home half of the fourth inning. And it'll be Worth, Murphy, and Rendon facing Madison Bumgarner. Bumgarner with 37 pitches. Worth drew a walk in the first inning. And a called strike, and it's 0-1. Daniel Murphy to follow. Belt shading his eyes, and now he hangs in there and he puts it away. And here's Murphy.
Sunshine definitely an issue today for just about everybody on the field. You can see using his glove to shade his eyes, no glasses on.
Murphy struck out. He's 0 for 1. One base runner in this game for the Nationals, and that was the walk to Worth in the first. Here's a called strike, and it's 0-1. Pagan moving back, and now he settles and he makes the catch. 2 outs.
You wore the old flip down sunglasses. Did you ever wear just plain sunglasses?
No. The plain sunglasses they had were, you'd have to buy them at the store.
Yeah.
They didn't make them. There's no such thing as wraparounds. Here's Rendon, who takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Frank Robinson. We were in Tucson when I was with the Giants, and there was a mall probably about a mile away from High Corbett Field, and about 2 hours before the game, and I'm in uniform, and he says, go to that mall, see if they got sunglasses that will block the sides. Sometimes they have the little leather on the sides.
Yeah.
He said, why don't you do that? Just do that. He says, you're not doing anything anyway. And if they got them, try them. So off I went in my Giants uniform to the mall. And they didn't have them.
Did you get a date? You had your uni on. Come on. Did you get any tricks or treats?
No, nothing. I thought I was slow pitch softball league. One-two pitch. Here it is. Hit to right center field with something on it, and Blanco on the move. He's not going to get it. Rendon will have the first hit of the game, and it's a double. First hit in the game for the Nationals.
We talked about Rendon had some ownage on Madison Bumgarner. This is a pretty impressive at bat. Little breaking ball that drops middle in. They set an outside target. They're trying to backdoor him. This gets a little bit too much play. Actually, it's still a bit out over the middle. But just a nice job of going with the location. Back spinning it over the head of Blanco. So a 2-out double, and he puts himself in scoring position. And it's the first time that the Nationals have had a base runner at second base today.
Ramos had a hit taken away from him by Munoz at third. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Down and in. Espinosa to follow. Same spot. 2 balls and 1 strike. Outfield. Couple of steps to the left for Pagan, the same for Span, the same for Blanco. Got the pitch to him too.
Ramos rubbernecks to Rob Drake immediately. Thought that was down and in. Set an inside target. That's definitely a pitcher strike. So instead of a 3-1 count, you get a 2-2 count, and that's huge with a runner in scoring position. Now he's got 2 pitches basically with an open first base to try and strike him out and get him to chase. And that is a great pitch considering what was just called a strike. You're going to have some guts if you're Ramos to take that one. Not that far away from what just was strike 2. And he can throw the same pitch. Does not have to throw a strike. I think that's good game management right there. I think that Ramos had a really good at bat his last AB. You've got a runner in scoring position. You got an open first base. And 2 times you had a chance to go out of the strike zone in after one was called a strike. So from Ramos's perspective, 2 pretty good takes right there. But I think the way that Bumgarner pitched him, he used that base well.
Espinosa hit a ball well to Pagan, who caught it on the track. Swing.
Cut him with 92 right above the hands.
Quick 0-1 to Espinosa. Fouls it back. It's now 0-2.
And right back in with a good cut fastball again. Now he's got some options here. If he wants to stay in the inside corner, he can throw a back foot slider. He can continue to climb the ladder with a fastball and try and go above the hands. He can try and backdoor a curveball in the outside corner. No need to get in the strike zone. Espinosa wants to swing it.
Rendon at second. Ramos at first. Espinosa thought about it and he took it, and it's now 1-2.
Well, back foot breaking ball and down below the strike zone. Man, that's a good pitch. See Buster Posey tapping the ground, get that thing below the zone. It's right there. Now you can go back up above the hands with the fastball.
Foul.
So a curveball going to the outside part of the plate. And he had Espinosa reaching off balance.
Well, eventually he's going to come back in again.
Well, I mean, it's set up now. I mean, he's throwing 2 breaking balls in a row. And that last one he had Espinosa on his back foot, or off his back foot, reaching. You see a guy reach, that means you could go right in on his hands with something hard.
See where Posey sets up. And before Bumgarner spun around, it looked like he was asking for a high fastball.
A little gamesmanship back there when you watch Posey tap the ground again. What they wanted to do was throw the high fastball, but he tapped the ground like he did in the 2 pitches earlier when they threw the breaking ball. Now, when you tap the ground, that is something that can be relayed from the guy at second base, because you're not going to top the ground with a fastball. But Posey putting a deke on right there, trying to see if there indeed would be a message relayed. Teams that have some veterans on it, you don't trust them, because they will definitely give signs at second base to location, to pitch. And Chris Beyer, who's the bench coach with these Nationals, one of the best ever at doing it. Chris, a former shortstop. There's Spry.
Got him. Got him to chase the breaking ball, and that's going to end the inning. Bumgarner's going to lead things off.
That means it's time for the NorCal Acura Grand Slam giveaway on CSN. And today, Jake McGowan, you will win an Acura MDX if a Giants player hits a Grand Slam this inning. So go to AcuraNorCalDealers.com for more information on how to enter.
So here's Bumgarner. Bumgarner with a base hit in his first time up. Roark's going to try to run one in on his hands, and it's no balls and 1 strike. outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Giants have had an opportunity to get away from them in the 4th. Garner's going to take wide. It's 2 balls and a strike. Keep trying to put the pressure on Tanner Roark. Actually, they had an opportunity in the 3rd inning. Taps this one to 3rd. Rendon's got it. Thursday, August 18th is the annual Jerry Garcia tribute night. It's a special event and you need a special ticket. You get a Jerry Garcia Giants hat and you get to see the Mets. sfgiants.com/special events. 1 out, and here's Span. Span with runners at 1st and 2nd and nobody out in the 3rd inning. Roark pitched him tough and he struck him out. So here it's 0-1. With Pagan to follow. Hit up the middle to Turner. Turner to Murphy. 2 outs.
Just gets him. That's the thing about Roark. I mean, he's a sinker baller. He can get a lot of cheap outs. Quick outs. 3 pitches or less.
Pagan has bounced out twice. And he drives it down the left field line and out of play.
It's a warm day with temperature wise, but there just is no humidity in there, so it really is perfect baseball weather. Very comfortable here at the ballpark. Let's take a look. Oh, you could have had it if you brought your glove. Yep, stay up. I got money on you.
And a base hit for Pagan. By the way, that's a great way to meet people, isn't it?
I was thinking the same thing. Just sort of drop in her lap.
Hey, how you doing? You didn't see me try to catch that, did you?
Glad to meet you.
You know, I was all state in 2 states back in high school.
Almost all coast. Not in baseball, though.
How you doing? Here's Belt. Belt is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. This is where he woke up in the game yesterday in his 3rd at bat. And he takes a strike.
Yeah, see? Kismet.
One valiant effort on a foul ball and
changed their lives.
Unbelievable. Pagan's got 10 steals.
Not a bad time to go right now. If you can put yourself in scoring position, but you have to earn it. It's not easy against Roark and Ramos.
Well, that going off that pitch would have been like going on a pitch out. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Belt goes the other way, and this is going to drift into the seats. Foul.
Catchers like pitch outs with right-handed hitters up, because as they reach across their bodies, they get their shoulders cocked. When you pitch out with a left-hander up, you're reaching to your left, and then you have to now get your shoulders cocked. Your unload time is never as quick on a pitch out to a left-hander that it is on a pitch out to a right-handed hitter. And as we mentioned earlier, Rodark's tough to steal on. He's quick.
How about stealing third?
Well, stealing third, you want a left-hander in that batter's box if you're a catcher. Good shiner, Hunter Pence. Good pitch, good take.
That's the thing about Bell. It doesn't really matter how many times he's struck out in a game. With 2 strikes, he's still going to take close pitches. Now Pagan can go, and now you get a ball in the gap. Pagan can score. There's Buster Posey waiting in the wings.
Would love to get a chance to hit this inning.
And the walk. Is that 0-2 to a walk?
I can't remember if it was 0-2.
It was 1 and 2 to a walk.
Still good at bat.
Sorry, day game after a night game. My bad.
You're killing me.
No, it's like it's my bad. I should know. Shouldn't have to ask.
Well,
Buster Posey with a double in the 4th. One and 0.
Giants setting the table once again. You said it enough. Sooner or later, somebody's going to come through. That last pitch, number 75 for Roark. That's where he should be at the end of the 5th. So it's not like he's over it a lot, but he's really had to work these last 2 innings. He's thrown a lot of pitches out of the stretch. Last 3 innings.
And that's off the plate. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
And he wanted it. Outfield straight away in defense of Posey. Pretty much the same thing with the infield.
Out to Worth. And that's going to end the inning. Chris Heisey will lead things off. Check out our McDonald's True Stories on this date. In 2007, Barry Bonds hit career home run number 756 to pass Hank Aaron on the all-time list. It was Mike Bassett of the Nationals. It was quite a night. We'll see Barry Bonds tomorrow.
Can't wait.
Here's Heisey. Heisey fouls it back. Heisey bounced out to Crawford in the second. High and long and far and foul.
High and long and far and foul. A lot of things happening on that foul ball.
And those folks never thought they were going to get a souvenir. It's 0-2. And the high fastball taken by Heisey. Dodgers and Red Sox will play the nationally televised game tonight. There's a swing. Gonna miss. He got him.
That's a good curveball. 4 strikeouts for Bumgarner today. All have been swing and miss strike threes. And this is as good of a curveball as he's got.
So here's Ben Revere, who lined out to the left fielder, Pagan. One hit in the game for the Nationals. That was a double by Rendon. Hits Revere on a breaking ball.
Now that's a mistake. Now you put speed on the base pass, and he does it on a curveball. He's not happy. Just squirts out of his hand. Caroms right into the glove opposing. So if you're Revere and you have to get hit by a pitch, this is a good way to do it.
Roark bounced out to Crawford. He's 0 for 1. Tried the backdoor breaking ball, and it's 1-0. As Belt will go in and have a word with Madison Bumgarner. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. 0-0. And the bunt. Bumgarner will pick it up and throw to Penn. Roark does a good job.
As good as you can do. When you get that bunt down to where the defensive player gets to it and he doesn't even think about second base because he knows there's no play there, you've done your job. Also helps to have a guy at first base like Ben Revere who's got great speed.
Turner struck out in the first and then hit a line drive right at Nunez in the third. And a breaking ball for a called strike. Down low. .67 pitches for Bumgarner. Hit out to Span, who's got room. And that's going to end the inning. For the Giants, Crawford, Nunez, panic coming up. 0-0. The Mets will be in town on Saturday the 20th. The Giants are giving away 2-for-1 flight vouchers courtesy of Virgin America to the first 40,000 fans, and then as they close out the series on Sunday the 21st, the first 25,000 fans are going to receive a reusable grocery tote, and that's presented by the MLB Network. sfgiants.com/tickets. Crawford takes outside for a ball.
We're looking at the scores around baseball between innings, and we see a score in Chicago. The White Sox hosting the Orioles. It's 10-0 in the bottom of the third inning. Baltimore.
Crawford skies it out to right, and Heisey will put it away.
And in that 10-0 game, Manny Machado, the third baseman, has got 3 home runs and 7 RBIs. This is the third inning.
Yeah, so he's going to get 3 more at bats. Here's Nunez. Nunez 1 for 2.
Giants fans will see Manny Machado when the Giants gets off this road trip. They'll host the Orioles for a weekend series. And next weekend.
Swing and a miss. Panic to follow. And that hit him. So Nunez with speed. He's aboard.
A 1-out mistake. Well, the Giants Insider Podcast is sponsored by Max Muscle Sports Nutrition and is live on CSNBayArea.com. You can log on each week as Insider Alex Pavlovich will talk baseball. Also available on iTunes. Check it out.
Joe Panik is the only hit with runners in scoring position today. He hit it so hard, Posey could not score.
See Billy Hayes, first base coach, he's got the stopwatch in his hand, and he'll time the unload time for Tanner Roark, how quick he gets rid of the ball. He'll time the throw over to first base, and all that information gets passed on to the base runner at first base. In this particular instance, Eduardo Nunez.
And maybe a bit outside the panic.
If he sees that a pitcher on the mound is slow, and his unload time is 1.3 or 1.4 seconds, he'll relay that information. You'll see a guy go based on that.
And that's out of play.
Tanner Roark, consistently one of the quickest guys we've seen all year. I mean, he's right at 1 second, 1.1. So from a pitcher's perspective, you're really giving your catcher a great opportunity to throw out a base runner. And I don't care how fast the base runner is. And remember, Wilson Ramos has got a cannon for an arm. Throws well. Nunez, one of the top base stealers in baseball. And I think for a base stealer, this is the ultimate challenge. And you have a pitcher that's doing his job, holding you close, and a strong arm catcher. Plus, that's a big 90 feet in a 0-0 game.
Could be two. That's one, and that's two. So Roark gets the double play ball, and we'll play on to the bottom of the sixth.
Copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Bumgarner and Roark, 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the sixth inning, and Bumgarner now will face the Beef. That'll start off with Worth and then Murphy and then Rendon. No Harper, no Pence. So two right fielders that started in the first two games in the series not in the lineup today. Harper, they were saying, has a bit of a stiff neck as Worth takes a strike.
But in the Giants clubhouse this morning, All the guys were saying that he's got Bumgarneritis.
Bumitis. One and one to Worth. Just off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Anthony's 2-2. Good pitch.
Now, you're not seeing it, but Worth has got his head down, and he is definitely giving his opinion to Rob Drake.
Is he barking at him?
But nobody else in the stands could see it either, and that's how you go at an umpire. That's how a veteran does it. The guy who was really good at doing that was Jeff Kent. And you never could tell he was having a conversation with an umpire. He never showed an umpire up, but he would definitely get things off his chest. And I think umpires appreciate that.
Here's the payoff to Worth. And Worth strikes out.
5th strikeout for Bumgarner. All swing and miss, strike 3s. Let's take a look at how he goes after him in the pitch sequence. Starts him off away with a fastball, strike 1, tries to go back, just misses a little bit. Misses just a little bit. Now it's 2-1 count, comes inside, gets the 2nd strike, and here he just misses on the inside corner. And then 3-2, doesn't want to walk him. A challenge, little cutter, a swing through, see you later, and a 6-pitch at bat.
Murphy pops it up. Nunez puts it away. Murphy's 0 for 3.
And he put that away on 1 pitch. So 75 pitches here with 2 outs in the 6th, and what you want is 75 pitches or less after the 5th inning. So you can see that Bumgarner's a little ahead of where he should be. Been very stingy with the pitch count today. Been fantastic. Just 1 hit allowed by Bumgarner. That was a 2-out double to Anthony Rendon back in the 4th inning. Couple of walks, a hit batsman. Does not look like the same guy the Giants saw in Philadelphia. First game of this road trip.
Rendon doubled. He's got the only hit in the game against Bumgarner. He doubled into the gap in right center field. And a breaking ball for a strike. Just a bit outside. I don't think I've seen a pitch, a Bumgarner fastball that has not been 91 today. That's how good a rhythm he's had. That's it, 91.
Yeah, he definitely looks strong today. Did not look that strong in his last outing in Philadelphia.
91.
And the other thing too about Bumgarner on a hot day like today, not humid but warm, he looks to me like he's getting stronger.
Absolutely. Out of play. On deck would be Ramos. Pitch number 80 is just a bit high. It's 2-2.
And that's exactly where he wanted to throw that. Sets his grip, hands high.
High to left field into Park to Pagan. And that is going to end the inning. For the Giants, it'll be Blanco, Bumgarner, Span coming up. Check out our Toyota game summary. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. And Mike, since it's about pitching, take it away.
Well, comparative between Bumgarner and Roark, it has been a duel. 1 hit allowed by Bumgarner, 5 by Roark. 4 strikeouts against a couple walks for Roark, 5-2 for Bumgarner, and both very stingy with the pitches. It's a classic duel. Both guys on top of their game.
And Blanco tries to lay down a bunt, and he rolls it foul. Blanco walked in the 3rd, bounced out to the second baseman Turner in the 4th. Bumgarner on deck, and then Denard Span. And that pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Worth moving over towards the seats, and he'll slide, and it's into the 1st row. So Blanco will get another crack at Tanner Roark, who now has thrown 87 pitches. In the dirt, it's 2-2.
It's a good 2-strike pitch.
Giants have made Roark work in the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th. In the 6th inning, he hit Nunez, but he got panicked to hit into a double play, and that strike 3 call. It has not been a good series for Gregor Blanco. And here's Bumgarner.
Well, you know what they say. Throw a shutout, hit a home run, you can't lose. He's got 6 innings of the shutout. And I guarantee he's going to try and pump one out of here.
He singled in the 3rd inning. I think Bumgarner was looking for a breaking ball.
I agree with you 100%. He beat Roark in the 3rd inning with a first pitch breaking ball base hit.
Here's the 1-1. 1-2.
Quality slider right there.
And a full count.
So not biting this round with the 2-2 breaking ball. Great
and the walk.
Great at bat. And that's just.
I don't know how many pitchers do that.
Well, there aren't many guys that have the type of intimidation factor that Bumgarner has stepping in the batter's box. I mean, you're aware that he has power, so you just nibble away at it. But he took some pretty good breaking balls.
Well, here's Span. Span is 0 for 3. And he takes outside for a ball.
Daniel Murphy, the first baseman for the Nationals, is not going to hold Bumgarner on.
Cued off the end of the bat. And Span beats it out. And that's going to get Pagan to the plate.
Well, that's a good thing. Swinging the bat well lately. Just not enough speed on the ground ball to get the speedy Span on the back end. So really, a base stealing situation set up here with 2 outs.
Span's got 11. Pagan with a base hit in the 5th. And a line drive into center field. And it's low.
Not by much. Definitely come and hold a set position. It slows the pace down with men on base. I think that is absolutely by design.
And a strike.
Gone, taken all the way, giving Span an opportunity to go. Next pitch will be number 100 on the day for Roark.
Belt waiting on deck. On the ground, under the glove of Murphy, into right field. Pagan going for 2. And the Giants have it set up for Belt. It's got to be an error on Murphy.
They haven't flashed the ruling on it yet. I think they're waiting for the official score to replay it. He tries to backhand it on an Olay. The ball stays down. He comes up. So a little 2-out thunder here.
Yeah, they could give him a hit on that. Be generous.
It would be a generous hit.
Well, let's see if Belt can make it hurt. It's been ruled an error.
I think that's the right call.
Belt is struck out twice and he's walked. Span at third, Pagan at second. The ball's in 1 strike.
So he opens it up with a really good curveball.
And the next pitch is high, so it's a ball and a strike. No overshift, but Espinosa is playing Belt to pull on the infield.
Giants trying to get some runs for Bumgarner. Tried to go front door with the 2-seam fastball, and he didn't miss by much. So Roark going to take a little walk. And there is activity in the Nationals bullpen now. It's Sammy Solis, the left-hander.
Foul. It's 2-2.
Changeup.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
Right on their feet.
Hit into center field and hit well. Ben Revere on the move, and he makes an incredible catch to end the inning.
Wow.
It was headed to the wall, and Revere tracks it down.
It's one of the best we've seen all year, right over the shoulder. And boy, he had to go a long way forward. We didn't think he had a chance. And look at the reaction from Roark, and the score stays tied.
Sports Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. And by Xfinity. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience TV.
Well, back at Nationals Park, the score remains tied after 6.5 innings of play. Giants with 5 hits, the Nationals with 1, and the Giants absolutely were robbed by a spectacular play by Ben Revere, the center fielder for the Nationals. We talked about how the Nationals lead the National League in defensive percentage. And you always talk about a good defensive team is strong up the middle, shortstop, second baseman, catchers, and center fielders. And here, Ben Revere tells you that I can play this position. Straight back over the shoulder, 2 outs. Everybody had a great jump. It would have been at least a double for Belt. At least 2 runs would have scored. And boy, it lit this place up. That's as good a play as we've seen from a center fielder going straight back all year.
So Bumgarner's going to have to go to work. It's still 0-0. Defense by Revere saved the lack of defense by Murphy. So it'll be Ramos, Espinoza, and Heisey.
Oh yeah. Get those mosquitoes off you.
That's hairspray.
Yeah, for his beard.
So here's Ramos. Ramos is bounced out, and then with a runner at second and 2 outs, Bumgarner pitched Ramos very carefully, and Ramos drew a walk. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Well to right. And gone. So Ramos goes the other way, and it's 1-0 Nationals.
Home run number 18 for Ramos. And he just took advantage of the hot part of this ballpark. And that breaks the scoreless tie. Four-seam fastball. And the big catcher takes it and backspins it the other way.
Here's Espinoza. Espinoza is 0 for 2. And this is foul back. It's no balls and 2 strikes.
Let's take a look at the location. First pitch fastball, and then it's not a hanger. I mean, it's out there in the outside corner. In this ballpark, and as strong as Ramos is, and there's a reason he's got 18 home runs.
Espinoza gone. And here's Heisey. Heisey has bounced out and struck out. And a called strike, and it's 0-1.
Where's the location? Forget that he go for a swing. Bumgarner thought he had a strike because of where it was in the strike zone. Trying to get his team off the field.
And now it's 1-2.
And for Bumgarner, you know, it's a scoreless game. Now all of a sudden you make what is a pretty good pitch on the outside corner. A guy takes you deep the opposite way. That can take away your concentration momentarily. But he has not allowed it to affect him. Except on that pitch.
2-2. Posey, Crawford, Nunez, and then Panic and Blanco due to hit in the 8th. All back.
Ramos getting all the accolades. That's what happens. You hit a home run that breaks the tightest or a scoreless game.
So a 3-2 pitch will be coming up now to Chris Heisey with Ben Revere on deck. Is going to be out of play.
Three pitches into this outing on a warm afternoon here, and he does not look tired. He looks like he rather enjoys the heat of Washington.
Out of play.
Gets in nicely with that little cutter. Giants caught a break. I mean, it is warm, but it's not humid. Not like the heat and humidity they saw in New York City when they played the Yankees last road trip.
This will be the 9th pitch to Chris Heisey, and he skies it out to Blanco. 2 outs.
Well, this was the top of the 7th inning. 2 outs, 2 on, and Brandon Belt put a charge into one dead center, and hits it about 400 feet away, and Ben Revere goes back and makes a brilliant play defensively. And that kept the score tied. And the reaction from Bell, you can understand the frustration. Great at bat.
Out of play.
The Giants have left 9 runners on, 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 7th. And they haven't been able to get the money hit today. And now they trail.
Pagan, and that'll end the inning. Giants are coming up. They trail 1-0.
#1 live streaming sports service and includes a free subscription to At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Go to MLB.tv for details. Lots of Giants fans here waiting for the Giants to score. They've got cheer cards. They're authentic fans, no doubt.
Sean Kelly is the new pitcher. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
The numbers for Kelly, look at the strikeouts. 61 strikeouts at 39 1/3, and he does it with a fastball that is low to mid-90s and a hard slider.
And Buster Posey fouls the first pitch back.
Kelly averaging over 10 strikeouts per 9.
Crawford and then Nunez. We're in the 8th.
Johnny Cueto fan, you can just tell. A couple of them.
Posey on the ground to second. And Turner will make the play. And here's Crawford. Crawford is 0 for 3. Put the ball in the air 3 times. With Nunez on deck and a foul back, and it's 0-1.
Fastball challenge at 94. Crawford would like to see that same pitch again.
Outfield straight away. Infield shading Crawford to pull. This is popped up. And Rendon is going to come up short.
Not for lack of effort. That would have been a heck of a play.
Watch the Nationals now, Mike. This is the 7th game. You see Rendon. Don't use too many exaggerated sets.
Yeah, it's pretty conservative defensively. The most extreme defenses we've seen all year, I think, are the Padres, San Diego. Just a little bit low with the fastball at 94.
Crawford up the middle. 2 outs. And here's Nunez.
They have a batting average that they've calculated against the traditional sets, straight up sets defensively, and what all the extreme defensive sets have, and it's about the same. Batting average perhaps about 3 percentage points lower with the exaggerated sets.
Nunez takes high. Run on base twice. Single, and then he was hit by a pitch in the 6th. There's the strike.
A good hard slider from Kelly. mean, some teams we see sets within the at bat. They'll set a defense, and with 2 strikes, all of a sudden they'll set it again. They'll stack up one side of the field. Pence with a bat.
And the 1-2 pitch is high, 2-2.
A little overthrow there with the fastball. Here's Bochy trying to be patient. Offense just has not been able to get on track today.
Foul back.
Bumgarner has been masterful.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. It remains 1-0. Tomorrow at 3:30, that's pregame live, and then we'll have the game for you at 4 o'clock on CSN Bay Area. It'll be Johnny Cueto against Jose Fernandez. A couple of guys having great years, a couple of guys that are all-stars. Check us out tomorrow. Wilmer Defoe is going to hit. Defoe batting for Kelly. And then the top of the order.
Defoe, good speed. Guys do have some activity in their pen. It's Sergio Romo. And Mark Melanson, the closer for the Nationals, just starting to get up and throw.
There's Romo. And this little pop-up is going to be out of play.
Bumgarner has allowed 2 hits. One of them left the ballpark. That is the difference of the game. An opposite field home run.
On a play again, it's 1-2.
The Nationals today have left 4 men on base against Bumgarner. They just haven't had many opportunities. Giants have left 9 on.
And the 1-2 is tapped foul.
Jonathan Papelbon, the former closer.
That's what former closers look like in the 9th inning when your team has the lead.
Nationals acquired Mark Melancon from the Pirates right at the trade deadline, and he'll be pitching the 9th. Pitches now for Bumgarner, as you see Melancon. Meanwhile, the former closer.
Two and two.
Looking on.
Got him.
See ya. So in the end, it was a breaking ball. That's the first called strike 3 strikeout for Bumgarner, who has 7 on the day. A little slider, and Defoe just sees it and gives up on it early, and that was a mistake. See you later.
Turner's 0 for 3. And he takes a called strike. On the ground to Crawford. Crawford to Belt.
Trey Turner does not give you a lot of time, does he?
He does not. He can scoot.
He gets down that line well.
Worth is 0 for 2. Pops this one out of play down the right field line. Panic. Blanco, and then we'll see what Bruce Bochy does. Will be the players coming up against Melancon. And pitch 108 is high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Worth is one of those guys. I can't ever remember him having an at-bat where it's just 1 pitch. Ever. It's just 5 to 8 every time he gets in that batter's box. 5 to 8 pitches. Next pitch for Bumgarner, number 110.
Worth now lifetime against Bumgarner, coming into this at bat 2 for 20.
And I think the reason for it is he's a tall hitter. He's got a little length to his swing, and the natural cut fastball from Bumgarner has the ability to get in tight to him, bunch him up.
A 111 pitches now for Bumgarner. Here's the pitch, the 2-2 pitch to Worth, and it's in tight. 3-2. Here's the payoff to Worth. Worth hits it out to left field, and this is going to end the inning. So we'll go to the 9th. Giants they need a run to tie and 2 to take the lead. It's 1-0.
Sportsnet Central tonight at 6 p.m. or today right after Giants postgame live. You'll see it right on CSN Bay Area. We'll have Giants clubhouse reaction, highlights from around the majors, and 49ers and Raiders training camp updates, Olympics news, all that and more. Toyota Sportsnet Central. Check it out.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
So Mark Melancon, the newly acquired closer, coming in to try and nail this one down. He's got 30 saves on the year out of 33 opportunities. Last year led the National League in saves, had 51. He converted 51 of 53. 42 strikeouts against 9 walks and 44 innings. How's he do it? With cutters and curveballs. Cutter will be low 90s, and the curveball is right over the top.
He pitched on Friday, pitched the 9th inning. It was not a save situation. And here's Joe Panik to step in first with Connor Gillespie on deck. And a strike on the inside corner.
That's a generous strike. you're going to give a guy with a cutter that one at the hands just above the strike zone, that's going to be a rough at bat.
And now it's another than 2.
So 2 pitches into the at bat. You see what Melancon's got: the cutter and then the curveball. Curveball from the high 3/4 release. It's got a 12-6 break on it. I mean, it's an acute angle curveball.
And he taps this one foul.
And this is what he throws. 65% of the time you're going to see that cutter. And the rest of the time, for the most part, you're going to see the curveball. It'll show you the fastball, but he doesn't make a habit of putting it in the strike zone because the league torches it.
So 0-2 to Panic. And this is rolled to first. 1 out. Here's Connor Gillespie. He's going to hit for Blanco.
Pitching for the right fielder, Blanco, Connor Gillespie.
With Hunter Pence on deck.
All you can do if you're Madison Bumgarner is watch and hope your teammates pick you up.
Gillespie's had a good road trip.
Against righties and lefties, everybody. See the numbers: pinch hitting, 7 for 31 with a big fly.
One ball and 1 strike.
Nasty cutter at 91. Absolutely broken down. Really collapsed the elbows. And really, if you think about it, it's better that he swung and missed this than made contact.
And Gillespie goes around. It's 1-2. Tight. That's the one you got to take.
That's not that easy. I mean, you get in that protect mode, especially with 2 strikes. You're seeing that thing out of his hands. You're thinking it's a fat fastball, middle in, and about the time you commit to it, then the cut starts working into you, hitting off the left side. Bumgarner's day, spectacular.
Cued off the end of the bat, foul. So Gillespie stays alive, and he lives to see another pitch. Here's Hunter Pence.
Just exploded in on him. That is as nasty a cut as you can throw.
Hunter Pence has a little ownage on him. Anthony Street for 4 lifetime.
I'm saying that's a little ownage.
And I don't think Hunter Pence is going to be swinging to get on base. 1 for 4 in the game last night. And a miss. No balls and 1 strike.
And he's got the cut going today, and it's not just flat cut either. It's got tilt to it.
Oh, 2.
That is the best cut we've seen all year from anybody.
Got him, and that's the ball game. So the Nationals end up taking 2 out of 3 from the Giants, and they do it today behind Tanner Roark. And the Giants did come up with a base hit with a runner in scoring position, did not score the run, and then some great defense by the Nationals, Ben Revere especially.
So the Giants still cannot win a series since the second half of the season started. As you look at the seasonal series, 7 games against the Nationals. Nationals wind up winning it 4 games to 3. And a very frustrating day for the Giants because they wasted a spectacular performance from Bumgarner, and he got